How? What's up, players? I'm gonna do an early vlog today. Look at this. The sun, it's so bright. Look at it. It's just you can't even look at it. No, just kidding. It's not focusing. It is super windy out today. You see it? No, it's slowed down. I came down here, and just before I hit record, it was just like the trees were going all crazy. Windy, man. It's like another heat wave today. It's 41. We actually let the fire go out for a while because it was so warm. I woke up, it was 68 degrees in the house. I was like, what's up? Living the good life, you know what I'm saying? There we go. So I wanted to vlog now because I had some massive wins today. Like pretty stoked, and honestly I don't know how I feel about the last one I'm gonna say, but so first of all, the earliest and first thing I have with the insurance company, you guys know if you've been following along, is the claim with my daughter. Just a quick recap: she had tubes put in her ears about a year or so ago. And she had a follow-up September 30th. I quit my job beginning of September. And I got a letter from them saying that my insurance ended September 30th at 11:59 p.m. She had a follow-up appointment on September 30th and for her tubes in her ears. And my wife did her due diligence, called the insurance company, and was like, hey, we have an appointment at a specialist on September 30th. She's still covered, right? And they were like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, they pulled the rug out from under us. She went to the appointment. Then we got a bill, and they were like, oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, your coverage ended September 29th, not September 30th, so you owe us $250. So I called them up, and they were like, yeah, it's not a mistake. It ended on the 29th. And I'm like, that's never a thing ever. They're like, well, you can appeal it. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to deny it. Which I appealed it, and guess what they did? They denied it. And then I found, and I said I would find the name for it in yesterday's vlog for today. I found the Pennsylvania Department of Insurance. Not sure why I couldn't remember that. But that's I don't know if all states have that, but that's the state I live in right now, Pennsylvania, and they have a department that when you have issues, I don't know if it's all insurance or specifically just health insurance, you basically can turn them in to this department and they will investigate if they're doing you dirty or not. So that's what I did. I turned them in, gave them all the info, and it took a while. That was at the beginning of the month, January. It took a while for, I guess, for whatever they had to do. And it's through a government website, which if you guys know how government websites are in the States, they blow. So I, filled out the form and gave them all the information that they wanted or needed or whatever. And then I got an email a week or so later saying, hey, we got it. We're going to look into your case. And then a week or two after that, I got another email updating my case saying that they are... sorry, I'm having an issue here. I hate only having one hand. I got another email saying we assigned someone to your case and he's going to investigate it. I hadn't heard anything since. That was a few weeks ago. I have been logging into my account on their website to check it out with no updates. I did it today, and it said that it was closed. The case was closed, but there was no update on there. I was like, oh boy. So they actually give you the phone number for your caseworker. So I called him. He picked up. Super nice guy. I think he was a little bit of a Pittsburghian. Kind of has, his Pittsburgh accent, He's like, hey, man, yeah, trying to help you out. But yeah, super nice guy. And I was, it's like, hey, my name's whatever. This is my case number. I just had some questions about my case. I didn't get an update, and it said it was closed. And he said, oh, yeah, I remember this. This was kind of a rare case. I've only seen this a few times, and it has never ended well. However, yeah, they were trying to, just a long story short, obviously not in his words, but, he's like, they were trying to do you dirty. It ends on the 30th. That's how all insurances end. And basically, they just came back and said, oh, the employer said that it ends on the 29th, not the 30th. Seems like a whole bunch of like riffraff and just like, well, no, I don't know. Maybe this, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like there's this whole government department because of companies that are shitty. Health insurance companies that are shitty. So I'm glad it was there. I'm glad he's there. But like, this is one of those things that we're arguing about if Elon Musk did the Nazi salute, and you want to talk about Department of Government efficiency. It sounds like we need some of these giant companies accountable. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just me. Anyways, he said it'll take a couple days to update, but they changed it to what did he say? Instead of the claim being denied, it's going to be eligible. But it would take a few days to process. So, win. We did it. Hooray. But he's like, yeah. So, whatever your copay was for your specialist, which we had really good health insurance at my last job. So, I'm not even sure what it was. I'll have to go find that card. But I don't even think there was one, to be honest. Because it was like really good. We had two options. It was like, one, we didn't pay anything out of our paycheck, and it was like slightly higher deductible and stuff like that. Or you just pay like for the family plan, which is what I needed. It was like $8 a month. I got better dental and better medical, like significantly better for $8, or not $8 a month, $8 a paycheck. Sorry. So I was like, well, I'll just do that because you never know. It changed it from like $100 copay to like, I thought it was $0. I don't know. I'll let you know when I find out. Either way, I won. It worked out. I had to waste like 2 days fighting this when I could have been making music and stuff. But hey, doesn't matter. We won. Second update. Also a pretty big win. So, I think it was yesterday I mentioned I got a letter from the insurance company saying that they approved my physical therapy appointments until July. I thought it was the beginning of July. It was actually towards the end of July. I think it was July 21st. So they approved my visits from now till July 21st, up to 11 visits. As you guys know, or maybe you don't know, I have to go twice a week. So do the math. We're at the end of January here. I have one more appointment for this month. So we still have February, March, April, May, June, July. Going twice a week. It's much, much, much more than 11, right? So I called a physical therapist today. And she was like, basically, I don't know why they do it this way, but they approved your visits until July, but they will release the amount of visits after each follow-up. So when I went to my first follow-up and I found a physical therapist, they contacted the insurance company and they approved up until July, which I may not even have to go that long. So, and then they approved 11, which that gives me enough until my second follow-up with the surgeon. So they probably do that so they don't get swindled, because if I heal much faster, then they don't have to approve anymore, and then they don't get swindled. So honestly, that was just a concern. I should have just called when I got it a day or two ago, the letter. So anyways, win number 2. Super pumped about that. Now, the biggest one that I've been talking about the most was the ambulance. I got the may or may not be a bill, if you guys remember, from the ambulance company. Because here in the States, they are separate from like the hospitals and all that stuff. So they're like a separate company or entity or whatever. So I got a bill for 15. Well, it was an invoice, or I don't know what a better. I call it may or may not be a bill, because they sent it and said, the bill is $1,500. We let your insurance company know you may or may not be responsible for it. Then 2 weeks later, which when did I update you guys on that? I don't know. One of the previous semi-recent vlogs, I updated you that the insurance company sent me a letter saying that they are responsible, as per our agreement with the insurance plan, that they are responsible for 70% of that ambulance ride. I'm responsible for 30%, and they sent me a check. I called the insurance company to get my explanation of benefits, because I never got. Usually they send you like a physical one. I never got one, which seemed weird because it started on the 1st of January. Then I got my injury on the 4th. Thought I had to sneeze. I'm good. My insurance started on January 1st, 2025. I got my injury January 4th, 2025. So it made my explanation of benefits just may have never made it into the mail. And then when this happened, they're like, to me, it was just kind of like, we better cover our bases. And, just in case we need to swindle this guy a little bit. That's what it kind of came off as. Or just me thinking the worst. I don't know. But I never got it. So not really saying what they did or did not do. That's just kind of what it came off to me. Anyways, I called the insurance company to get an explanation of benefits, preferably a digital one. And they don't have just like one booklet. You can read your explanation of benefits per claim. So when you log into your account on their website, if you had a claim, like, I don't know, you severed your artery and almost all of your tendons, you can then, you have a claim on there for your surgery or your anesthesia or whatever. You can, they put a explanation of benefits on that claim about that claim. So that it's, instead of having one big book or whatever of your explanation of benefits for everything, they're just like, oh, you needed anesthesia. Here's the section about anesthesia from your explanation of benefits. Little weird to me as well. But that's how they do it. So anyways, since I couldn't look up, prior injury explanation of benefits, all I could conclude was they covered 70%. I had to pay 30%. Pretty good, actually, compared to what, So, and again, I don't want to not pay my share of it. I just want to hold them accountable. And that's it. So anyways, it was like $1,500. It's like 14 and, whatever odd number and some change. So basically my share came out to 400 some, I think it was like 435 something. Not bad for a $1,500 ride, but I had two concerns with this. One was it actually $1,500? Like, can we bring that price down? Two, 400 some bucks is a lot of money. So I knew I could do payment plan or whatever, but I asked you guys for advice. Didn't really hear from anyone because I wasn't sure if anyone knew or not. Anyways, if there was anything I can do to, like, hey, can you come down on the price kind of thing, right? Didn't hear from anyone. So today I called the ambulance company. Started out not good. It kind of immediately pissed me off. I called on, there was a number on there. that said, if you have any questions about your bill, call this guy's name, and had a phone number, like a local phone number. So I called it, and it rang a few times, went to voicemail, and the voicemail was like, hey, this is so-and-so's voicemail, or this is so-and-so's granddaughter doing his voicemail, leave him a message, something along those lines. And I was like, you are in charge of this, and you don't know how to make a voicemail. It like kind of irritated me, and I hung up. And I mean, it was very sweet, right? And it kind of like wanted to make me smile that someone's granddaughter was helping him with this, but I'm like, this is going to be a shit show. And I hung up, because I actually did this first, and then I took care of the other two things. And then I came back to this, right? So I was like, okay, that's all I can do. So I call again, and I didn't get the voicemail this time. Dude picked up. Incredibly nice guy. So me just automatically being like, oh my God, I'm going to get effed so hard by a dude that can't even set up his voicemail. This is going to suck. Anyways, he picks up the phone. Incredibly nice guy. Fantastic Pittsburgh accent. And I was like, I just have a few questions about my bill. I was hoping you can help me out. I was like, yeah, sure. Let me pull up your account. I give him, whatever numbers he needed off the may or may not be a bill. He's like, okay, I got your thing pulled up, so we're on the same page. So what's your question? I was like, okay, so my insurance company said that they could cover 70%, and they sent me a check. And he was like, let me stop you right there. We'll just take 70%. And I was like, I'm ready to, I was ready. I had this like thing, like I had to pay 30. It's a lot of money. Can you come down, try and chalk him down a little bit to do whatever I could, and then ask for a payment plan, right? And he's just like, we'll accept 70%. Just, deposit. You can either forward the check to us, or you can deposit, send us a personal check, or deposit it and go online, and we have a payment system there. We'll accept 70%. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, do you need me to resend you the bill with that amount? And I was like, yeah, that would be great, actually. So he's going to send me that. I'll pay it when he sends the thing. So there's that. And he was like, yeah, he's like, some people's insurance will pay 100%. So we just try and get as much as we can. But if yours paid 70, we'll take 70. And I was like, okay. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, because like I keep telling you guys, I'm like, they saved my life. Like I want to pay them what they are worth. And I know it's probably just it's a poopy system, and he accepted that. What I was able to give them, it was probably more than what they needed to run the ambulance for my emergency, I'm guessing. But I was like happy, but then I was just like, I felt bad. But then I'm also like mad, because I'm like, why is our system this way? But I mean, it was a win. You know what I mean? I'm like, holy mackerel. When this happened, I mean, you guys can go back to the vlogs from starting, I think it was January 5th. Either that one or one that was not long after. I could barely speak because of the trauma, and I'm just like explaining everything that's on my insurance card and going through everything to make sure I can document this and hold anyone accountable that needs to be. And so far, I mean, other than having to fight with my daughter's thing, it's worked out. I can't believe it. I mean, I like, insane. Absolutely insane. I can't believe it. So I find it a huge win, and I hope to God that this helps someone seeing this, because the takeaway here, if you're being wronged by your insurance company, appeal it. If they deny the appeal, check to see if your state has a department of insurance that you can turn them into, because it worked for me because they were trying to swindle me. And if you need an ambulance, just call them, because that's what worked for me. Hopefully it works for you. I'm completely blown away. It's a win though. It's a win. So, I mean, you guys already know I quit my job in September. It's incredibly difficult to find any sort of work, because I've been trying to do side jobs while building up Punk Cover Moose. There's not much available for one-handed guy. So, it gets stressful. And man, incredibly fortunate. I can't believe it. Don't know what to say. But man, I just want to get on here and update you all on that. Uploaded my first vlog yesterday on directly to this new channel. So I only got I looked this morning, I got 5 views, which I usually get between 20 and 30, 25 to 50, something like that. So I hope everyone's finding it. I tried to make as many announcements as I could. So yeah. I saw that this morning. I'm like, oh God, was that a colossal waste of time? Like, did I just screw everything up? Because not only that, I posted 2 reels to YouTube yesterday, like the short form, and they only got a couple views, and I was like, crap, did I just screw up the algorithm? I was like, well, it's only been a day. Let's keep it going. First thing I posted today, it got like 500 views really quick. And people were arguing about if Green Day sucks or not. Well, actually, it was one guy, and then everybody in the comments were like, I like Green Day, and Moose's cover is good. Maybe you just need a hobby. Which was funny, because last night, one of the videos, if you guys have been seeing my shorts at the end, the ones, I feel like I keep explaining this, so I don't want to like repeat myself, but it's the ones where I'm like, hey, did you guys ever hear the song blah, 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 blah? Well, my name's Moose, and I like to moosify them. Check this out. Put a clip of my music video in, and I'm just like, hey, thanks for still being here. Can you check this out on Spotify and add me and blah, 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 blah. And extra bonus, anyone who leaves a hateful comment is a fart sniffer or dingus or dingleberry. Just because I think it's funny, because as soon as someone sees the clip of my song and they hate it and they comment like, this sucks, you suck, whatever, they didn't watch till the end, and they don't even know that they're a fart sniffer or a dingus. So last night, someone did that. They were like, don't do this ever again. And then someone replied, it was like, fart sniffer. Man, it's just so funny. But so someone did that this morning, because I posted the Green Day cover, and they were like, Green Day sucks, no one cares about Green Day. And I was just like, oh man, nobody pointed out that he's a dingus. But I'm just laughing because, like, I didn't even reply, but I'm just laughing because I'm like, he doesn't even know he's a dingus, but he's a dingus. That's I'm glad I thought of that, because that's really funny to me. So hopefully that continues, and yeah. So anyways, that's all I really have to say. Because I took care of all that today, made some more content to post. About to go post a new video, actually. So if you haven't seen it, it's in short form. It's a sneak peek at one of my new songs. It's a short joke song, but it's going to be on the new album. So it's a little sneak peek, a little teaser, little taste of what to expect. So yeah, I got that. Patreon supporters, thank you very much for supporting me. I posted it on there. I was actually thinking of doing, since I have a bunch of demos, I thought it might be cool to just do a sneak peek on Patreon, because I have like 14 patrons on there, and I thought it'd be cool. I haven't heard from any of my patrons. I don't think they watch my vlogs. I don't know. I wouldn't even watch my vlogs, so I'm kind of like, that's fine. But you'll have to let me know what you think about that if you're watching. I'm gonna have to announce that. I think that would be cool. Because you guys have been supporting me for a long time, and since I can't really get my songs done, I thought it'd be cool to put my demos up there on Patreon. And then, since you guys have been supporting me, then you can have a sneak peek of everything. And then you can, bootleg them or whatever until I get them finished. All I really have to do is like re-sing some vocals or redo a guitar part and mix everything. So should be pretty close to the finished product anyways. That's all I got. All the links are in the bio. Amazon affiliates, thank you. Merch, Patreon. That's it. Thanks for your support, guys. I will see you tomorrow.